Disc Dungeon.
Live with Joe Dove and Julian.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Yo, this music is so perfect.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like one of those shows.
It's about to flip right now.
It's about to flip. No, that's a cool vibe.
Woo!
I like that a lot.
And that shit drops hard body.
It does, man.
All right, it can drop a little better though, but
I mean, what's up, man? Welcome to the very first exciting live YouTube edition of Disc Dungeon, the very first podcast of myself and Julian. I'm going to introduce myself. I am a music bonanza. I have had the music bug forever, and unfortunately, God did not give me the gift of song, but He did give me the gift of gab. So I can run my mouth and I carry some weight, not just on my waist. I like to have a lot of fun, but I love music, and I started from anything from classical to new wave, new age, everything you can think of, even some bachata.
Bachata?
Bachata.
With a P?
With a P.
Oh, with P.
I know it's bachata with a P, but I like to say bachata because it's bombo music. So, bombo, bachata. So we're going to get into some music, and what's more exciting is we have Julian here from Sharp Aquios. I keep saying Sharp.
Aquios.
Aquios?
No. So the name of my company is actually Audio with an S.
Yes.
Audios.
Yes.
But he totally memed the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I love it. I am the butcherer of wayward names. Word. So Julian is a music producer. He actually spotted the theme that hopefully we can roll with forever. We'll work on that.
So
yeah,
it's work in progress.
Yeah, totally. But he's a very talented musician, vocally, and you play guitar. Just tell me some of the things you do. Explain yourself. Get down. I mean, I guess all in all, if I had to encompass everything in one word and like really be precise about what I do and what I love doing, it really is songwriting, composing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Because of that, I've bled into every other aspect, because nowadays as a musician, that's the next level. Like that is the next level. Artists, producers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the next level.
Yeah, I mean, what really got me into a lot of the music that I listen to, besides the ambient noise stuff, is lyrics.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge fan of Sting. Seal's lyrics can kind of be super repetitive, but Sting will like write a huge poem, and then you don't really pay attention to it because it's got a cool riff. And you're like, yeah, I like that. That's cool. And then all of a sudden you read the lyrics, you're like, oh my god, it's so moving. This is amazing. I can't believe the guy wrote that.
Yeah, Sting is the man.
Yeah,
the god.
absolutely. So that drove me into music, and now I said, since I can't sing, my abilities as a musician are very limited, but I can talk. So I'm going to bring musicians here to the forefront.
Yep.
That are on the rise with the wonderful team at Hoyos by Julian. And we're going to come weekly and hopefully have some different musicians coming in that you're working with. They're going to tell us about themselves. They're going to get into their vibes, and they're going to get into what inspires them to be the artists that they are becoming. And, and what's going to take them to that next level. So I'm super excited to work with you. This has been a work in progress for a year now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Life.
Yes. Life. I love it. Beautiful.
Gotta accept it, man.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. So for now, let's go and discuss our music. I told you a little bit about mine. It's Sting. That's who's inspired me to not be able to sing, but get into the talking of music.
Yeah. I mean, I have just like you. There's so many. I would say that a large period of my life, I was heavy into punk rock, pop punk,
like Green Day,
but more underground acts though.
Oh.
So bands such as Bayside, Queens. There were a punk rock band from Queens called.
Look at that. Somebody other than the Ramones comes from Queens.
Oh no, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Queens, Long Island.
Oh,
they have.
That's a huge music scene.
Huge
underground music scene.
Envy on the Coast. You ever heard of them?
Nope.
MB on the Coast. If anything, if anybody out there right now wants to listen to some shit and they haven't heard this before, MB on the Coast, that's the band to look up, bro, man. They're broke. They're disbanded now, but
Yeah. That's like I love the band called The Music.
the music.
Yeah, and they were a music band, like kind of punk, kind of like new wave-ish,
Okay.
like a nice little blend. And the lead singer had this like high pitched voice, but it was powerful.
Yeah.
And it was piercing, so it was
Yeah.
really cool. And then the music itself, a lot of heavy guitar, and then
Yeah.
some like synth pop in there.
Word. I mean, that's The guy didn't have such a high voice that I'm referring to, but he was
Mhm.
just like that. The music was just like that. It's like hard guitars. You know what I mean? Melodic, poppy.
Yeah,
Melodies.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I love that shit too.
Yeah.
Emo.
Oh
lyrics,
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, my friends died and I'm here.
Oh wow,
Like,
deep, like sublime.
like
type of-
sublime shit.
Yeah.
Like so this dude, the dude from Envy on the Coast wrote this song called "Gift of Paralysis,"
Mhm.
and it was about his friend who's a surfer who got hit by like a wave got stuck under the toe and he got paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh,
So it's literally a song about that, but it's the most beautiful song.
yeah, yeah. I mean, some of the greatest songs about death end up being some of the best. Like Dave Matthews Band for Existence. Their examples for Existence. Their existence is wonderful. Anyway, Dave Matthews Band's last album. Well, I mean, they have a new album now, but the album before this one was about their the trumpet player that passed away.
Okay.
He died in an ATV. Yeah, and it's such a great song, "Lying in the Hands of God." So deep, and then the album is really good, and it's all about death,
Dude,
and some of the best stuff comes out of that. Usually, like Sting's best album to me is what his "The Soul Cages" when his father was dying. That's the one. All this time, the river flows and listening to the sea. Yeah. So, all right, you might be familiar with. So, I'm going to do some music homework on your stuff, and I'm going to give you some Sting stuff to listen to. And when we come back next week, we'll like chit chat about that.
no, I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
But it's funny you say that about their band member dying, because that is one of the reasons why they signed the band. Like, I actually have them tattooed on me because
Shit.
they were a part of my, like, a really important part of my life.
Wow.
Um,
Did you get to meet him?
I mean, I went like to so many shows that I eventually got to meet them. Yeah,
Yeah.
but mainly the main singer, because again, he's the dude who writes the lyrics, the dude who really
really got
composes
you,
and brings
dude.
everything together. But they wrote a song. They wrote an album after their drummer died.
Oh.
It's the same thing,
Yeah.
in a fucking in a trailer. They were driving and they got, it tipped over and he didn't survive. And so they made an album called The Walking Wounded.
Oh wow.
And it's fucking, I
It's
would
amazing.
say top 3, top 2.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's the best.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely gotta check that out. I'm
Yeah.
super excited. So we're gonna exchange that
We'll
information.
we'll do this over again.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is all gonna be about music. This is gonna be about artists, and this is gonna be about experiences we had and the music that's been on our minds. And as you brought up death, I have to and waves. I have to think about an instance in my life which compiles the two. And it's gonna sound strange, but my honeymoon with my wife, we went to Iceland.
Yeah.
And it's a really awesome experience. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. Food's very expensive, but to get there and to stay there wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Iceland. Everything's pretty far to get to, but it's not, because the island is like maybe twice the size of Manhattan.
Ooh.
Just more roundish. And the downside is when you go to the beautiful black sand beach, you're not allowed to go swimming, because they have what Icelandics call sneaky waves, because the waves will just shoot up 50 feet, snatch it out into the ocean, and the water is so cold, and the riptide is so strong, they're not gonna save you. And like, I remember when the bus pulls up to the beach, we're like, oh wow, this is so pretty. Look at everything. It's so nice. This is great. And then the tour guide is like, okay, just remember, everybody, don't go near the water. If you go near the water, you die. And it was like, what?
What?
Yeah, it's wild. Like, it's so peaceful, and it doesn't seem that way. And then you go on the beach and you get near the water, and it's like so nice, but the water is just it's like foam, just foam waves hitting, and then all of a sudden, like, a huge water wave just comes. And unlike regular sand, it's more like pebbles. So it doesn't really give you ground. Like sand, you can kind of sink in and you'll be grounded a little bit until a lot of it gets swept away.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just pebbles, and it's going to take you, and that's it. And there's like a whole lot of like it's an island that's a volcano that just keeps erupting and expands the island. So it's some sharp shit out there, and that's it. You get on there.
Such a cool experience, though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's your last one, but
no, I'm just.
I mean, just going to that,
just
that section.
seeing that, like seeing how I don't know. Sometimes how insignificant we can be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gone in a flash.
And the water keeps going.
And the earth keeps moving.
Yeah,
We might be done, but this thing isn't. You know, that's probably what's going to happen in the future. This will be like a barren planet.
Yeah, man, we're not really asking a lot of the hard questions that would allow us to even get there. Some people don't even want to ask those questions.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what are we doing in the earth? People don't want to.
No.
They don't want to waste their time.
No, not at all. Not at all. So let's see. You've got a guitar.
Yeah.
I guess that's one of the instruments you play. But how many instruments can you play totally before you start jamming? We'll have you jam right after that.
I mean, I'm laughing because I don't really. I wouldn't say I play any instrument like masterfully, you know.
Oh.
And I want people to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very good composer, I feel,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, my ear, I trust my ear enough that I have a handle of the guitar. I know where the notes are.
Mm-hmm.
I know where the notes are on a piano. Right,
Mm-hmm.
so with some tools and some resources, I can pretty much play anything.
Wow.
I mean, even a bass, you know, because I have like the dexterity already to play on a guitar, and that kind of translates over the bass.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get the notes I need out in a song. If you tell me come out and jam on this particular key and back up my drummer, like no, you know, I'm not going to do that. You know
Right.
Because I know that I'm not going to do the job that a bassist is going to do.
Correct.
So my instrument is my voice.
Right.
For sure. That's the
singer.
instrument.
Yeah, you're
That's
a
the
fantastic
instrument that
singer.
I feel like I got.
Yeah.
But everything else is going to get better and is continuing to get better. But it's mainly I'm mainly focused on the music and composing. Composing.
Yeah, and you do a good job at it. And you happen to have a great voice, so let's have you sing something. Just jam, do whatever. Let it fly. Get ready, America.
Wake me up from the street. I can't get out of so delusional. Losing sense of myself. Otra vez I think you could be the one who saves me. Saves me from myself. Shows me what it's like to live again. To live again. Saves me from myself. Shows me what it's like to live again. To live again.
Woo! Man, see? That's what I'm talking about. The guy's got a gift. He's very good at it.
That's actually a song by Nicole Andrade and me.
Oh.
So shouting her out. Doo, 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 doo. That was really good. And we sing it together actually, and
mm-hmm.
Today we were practicing at 12. We were practicing. We have a show next week. We have an open mic.
Open mic? Where
December 4th. In Mount Vernon.
Oh, yeah. Mount Vernon. Woo! Money earning.
Oh.
What, at the Bayou?
159 Gramerton.
159 Gramerton. Oh, okay. The studio there, or it's like a bar? Or?
It's a bar.
It's a bar? Okay.
So it's a bar, and it's got a really spacious stage / seating area for people. So not really spacious, but it's like the right amount where the bar is close enough. So it should be a fun time.
All right. So give me the date again.
It's December 4th. It's a Wednesday, right?
Yep. Wednesday. What time?
7 p.m. 7 p.m. We start seeing how much people are there, and usually those things start between 7:38.
Okay. All right, I'll definitely show up to that and support. And I think if you're watching, you should show up too. I got somebody in here, so whoever you are,
come forth. Who are you?
Who are you? Say what's up. It's all good. Yeah. So you work with Nicole. Let's tell me about
Nicole.
Yeah. Your artist here.
Yeah, Nicole came to. Nicole is friends with Henry.
Mm-hmm.
They worked on some music together as well, and that's pretty much it. So at one point, when Audios came together, he presented her as an option for us to start working with.
Okay.
So our credentials at that time were, our standard, or what we looked for in an artist, let's say, was somebody who's driven to do this, somebody who can kind of like who knows what she wants in a way, like not just in like styles, but she knows note and melody wise what she wants to
Okay.
go.
So
what
she knows
wants
her
to do.
range and knows her like.
Well, yeah, I mean, and obviously with the mentality, with the open mindedness to learn and to grow with us,
Mhm.
but she, she has a clear path,
Right.
in terms of, and she did. She's always been very good at honing in as to based on like examples of others of other music that's out there, honing in on like what she wants, what elements she wants in her music.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, it's been a wonderful partnership, man.
That's great.
We're getting ready to launch an EP with 3 songs,
Oh man, that's dope.
and then we have 3 singles
Mhm.
with her that I'm doing with her, and then the EP is being done between Henry and Joelle. They finished off a 3-song EP with her, so it's just she has a lot to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a great voice too.
Yeah.
I see her. I follow her on the Instas.
In the instance,
Yeah.
the IGs.
I follow them on the Instagrams.
If you want to follow her,
Yeah,
her name
follow
is
her.
just Nicole Andrade minus the I.
Okay. And I'm to be seen calm. You can follow me. And you are.
Julian Valencia with an underscore at the end.
There you go. So that's our Instas. Make sure you check all that out. But tell us about your other crew on the audios.
On the
label.
audios crew. So we got Henry. Henry is a dope musician. He
Mhm.
went to City College in New York, graduated with a master's in music.
Wow.
He's a genius. And he basically he crosses our dots our T's, and then produces his own beautiful music as well.
Mhm.
Is that how you say it? Crosses our T's?
It dots our I's and crosses our T's.
And teaches us and mentors us and is part of the gang. He makes music too, and he comes to us for ideas, which is awesome to experience somebody at that level of music asking you for your advice in your ear.
That's pretty cool.
Right? Because then you're like, all right, I mean, I have something to give. That's something. It's validation, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find that you can elevate somebody that's already in a position of priority,
Yeah.
it's great. It's like, okay, well, I don't have a master's degree. I don't have a degree, but I'm
doing
helping.
something right.
Yeah. Obviously, I know something because this guy's saying, hey, give me 5 seconds. Give me about 5 minutes. And then our boy Joel.
Joel, man.
Yeah, that's how we met. So that's the secret.
That's the sauce.
That's the sauce.
That's the sauce.
That's the special herbs and spices that brings this show together.
Joel brought us together. Joel was definitely going to be part of the show, but like we said, life happens, and Joel is actually on the east side now.
the far east side. Over the Atlantic,
He's
on the other side of the world.
He's technically in Portugal.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
But he's going to be living in London. So audios is just
cheerio.
Expanded. That's basically what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
But Joel is great, man. I mean, obviously he's going through a lot of changes right now, and he's disconnected because he's got to handle business.
Yeah,
and that's life.
That's life.
But Joel comes at this from more of my side, where we're not, we don't know theory and like through and through.
Mm-hmm.
We can make it work for us,
right?
But we're really good at using our resources and putting them together, making music. Joel has focused a lot more on mixing and mastering, and like getting these mixes to sound amazing,
right?
As opposed to me, where like I'm getting there, but my focus has always been more songwriting,
right?
So
you got the lyricist, the composer.
Exactly. It's kind of like we all come at it from a different.
Yeah.
We all come at it from a different direction, and we complement each other. But our ultimate goal is to become completely autonomous.
Yeah.
Where if we're working material on each other, it's because we were both there and we both have ideas to contribute. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, this is the song through and through to completion. You guys, does this fit with the brand? Mm-hmm. Yes. Cool. Launch it.
Cool. You know what I mean? Cool. And then like you guys will come together and like put your little sprinkles in it, so to speak.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I would know, the point of, to us, what we realize is the point of being a producer is to give direction, right? Or guidance, I guess, right. Not direction, because they might be giving direction, but you might be kind of like from experience saying like, oh, maybe this or maybe that way. Mm-hmm. And I just completely forgot where I was going.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. So basically, each of you brings your own particular flavors to it. But then if you're working on a project individually,
Yeah.
And then if you get stuck somewhere, or you know,
stuck or need, or if I know,
you just want to like, I like this, but maybe there's something that could bring this to that next level.
Yeah,
you throw it out to the guys, and the three of you will work on it.
Great example. Me and Henry started a song together. Where we already got somebody who's interested, somebody who wants to get on it. But we know that the drums are lacking somewhere, and we want to send it to our drummer dude, which is Joel.
Oh, okay, there you
know
go.
What I'm saying Joel, that's another one of his strengths. Joel is an amazing drummer. And
yeah, that I knew.
Yeah, and you know what I mean, and you know, especially when it comes to production, like he knows how the drums should hit and they slap when he's on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've made slaps before, but this dude always makes the drums.
There you go.
Slap.
Can you guys do that cool reverb that yeah.
I mean, when it's needed. Not just
just coming out of nowhere. Yeah, that's what I wanted, man. Woo.
The next song.
Yeah. No, I remember the reverb drums that Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins worked on. Yeah, I know. I go way back. I'm older than you, so surprise! This shit's gonna be weird. Surprise! Surprise! Because I have this baby face, and people are like, "You're how old?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if you look closely at my grays, you see."
How old are you?
I'm gonna be 40 in the not so distant future.
Well, how is the not so
2 years from now.
Okay, so you're
38.
Yeah, bro. Well,
I like to throw a little mystery and stuff, but
7 years is that's anything above 7 years is like that's 6 years.
Yeah. But yeah, this is one of the most interesting sounds you'll ever hear. If you listen to Intruder, I'm going to give you another thing to listen to. Intruder by Peter Gabriel. That's when they like kind of first started using it, and it's just like it's its own sound. I'm sure Joel would be like, "Oh!" right now because I know him. Yeah, and it changed the sound of the '80s, like because it came out like early '80s, late '70s. It was like Peter Gabriel's first album once he left Genesis.
I never heard it.
Oh man, well not first album, his first '80s album once he left Genesis. Yeah, that's in your eyes, the light beat in your Sledgehammer. So wow. All right, more stuff for you to listen to. Homework.
Can I be honest though?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I always get like surprise reactions when people hear this. This is where I should be speaking.
Yeah, they sound great.
But
hello, second person. Welcome. Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm a musician.
It needs more Pombo singing. First time. So just in case you're wondering, if you're listening to this on a podcast, we are actually on YouTube live as well. So doing casting. It's pretty amazing. But go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Dual casting. So this is the secret about me. I'm going to give you all this homework and you send a secret. Because I'm like, you got to listen to Peter Gabriel. You're like, huh? Who that?
Who?
New phone. Who this?
No. So what I was going to say was that I don't really listen to a lot of music anymore.
No.
Yeah, I know. That's weird.
So what you're saying is once you start making music, that's the end of listening to music.
No, because that's not me. Because Henry and Joel, they're not like me. They are listening to new releases and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I am. Like I'm up to date. I've heard new songs. But like for example, there's a song up by XXXTentacion.
Yeah. Oh, the dude with the face tattoos is ratting on everybody in prison. The meme dude is like,
no.
Oh, you want to know?
That's the Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh,
this dude died. This dude got shot
in Florida.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. This is the one that Tekashi ratted them. I ratted those guys out, right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know the
I'm hip.
The whole shit. But listen.
I'm listening.
He dropped a song in 2018 an album right before he died. I've heard it now for the first time and it's amazing.
Wow.
And there's one particular song that I heard that got me to the album called Moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
And this song, everybody's still like, yo, dude, that song came out like a year and a half ago.
Well, good news is I still haven't heard it, so
dude,
that's something I gotta listen to.
Moonlight.
Yeah. I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna take notes and
it's good.
Yeah, come back next week and we'll see how we liked each of the others' music.
With Moonlight.
Peter Gabriel. So it's a wild thing about time. As we said, I'm knocking on 40's door.
Knock, knock,
Knocking on 40's door. Well, interesting thing about time is like all the stuff that I listen to, and I'm like, oh my god, I haven't heard this in so long. Came out like 20 years ago, and then like, so like the world changed when we had that political uprising from the right, and we had a new president in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things like I should have known something bad was about to happen. Oh, it's Stephen James. Damn, did I miss Pombo singing? Yes, you did. You 40s. Yeah, what's up, Steve and AJ? Thanks for checking us out here live on the YouTubes. And we will be on the Ubes. We are not child friendly, so I've already said to the Copa we are not child friendly. Anyway, the 2016 wild year. So politically, everybody has their own opinion. Some people were happy, some people were sad. But for me, musically, that was probably one of my favorite years of all time.
Yeah,
that's
a good point.
So the favorite artist of mine, you got Enigma, Sting, as I mentioned, Enya, Seal, and Mike Oldfield, and all 5 of them came out with an album that year. I was like, holy shit! Everybody came out that I love in an album.
They had something to say.
Yeah, they were like, hey, guess what? So the only one that didn't come out with an album was Peter Gabriel. That came out the year after, but whatever. But it's just wild. So Sting came out with 59th Street. It's is it 59th and 6th, something like that. And there's a song called One Fine Day that I just absolutely love. And I have my trusty information called my 57th and 9th. That was his album in 2016. Great album. One Fine Day off that album is amazing. It's about, ironically, as we were talking about earlier, global warming. And it's a warning. Hey, the ice caps are melting, animals are dying. Got to do something. And it's not overbearing. He's not like screaming like back in the day when he did Russians in 1980s. That was a warning to not spend so much money on nuclear arms. There's like a little history lesson in there for everybody today. You're welcome. You're giving me this blank stare like, dude, you're getting too deep.
I'm sitting here like,
I did not expect this. But yeah, it's all talking, bro. And then Fall of the Rebel Angel by Enigma came out, which I absolutely adored. It was, oh man, Enigma. Yeah, sex music. That's what all my friends say. Oh, you listen to that sex music? Or my uncle would say, you listen to that weirdo music again, boy? Yeah, totally like ripped it from me. But no, it was just an amazing album. It dealt again with big life changes. And ironically, following year my company went bankrupt. So I had big life changes coming I didn't know about, but they happened, and for the better. I'm happy where I am. I've never enjoyed working at a company like I do now. And I moved out of New York. So like there was this, I know it's going to sound like kind of weird, almost conspiracy theory-esque, but I feel like all of my favorite artists put out an album to prepare me for these big life changes that were coming the following year. And that was the point of the whole music mythology in time.
It's interesting how that works, especially the way it did for you.
Yeah. 5 of my favorite artists came out with an album the same year.
Well, not only that, how it happened, how the music came out and kind of defined something that you didn't even know was going to happen. And then when it happened, you're like, oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I've had that as well.
Yeah.
I have that when I write music too.
Oh, wow.
Where like I'll write a song and I'll think that it's a random idea. I'll think that it's some random scenario, or and I'm just pulling from reality, right?
Right.
But then the song, I listen to the song later on after life has happened, after some time has passed by, and I realize how much weight or how much I was trying to tell myself through my music.
Ah.
So
like subconsciously you were throwing things in your lyrics to prepare you for something that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a song on that same album, 59th and 57th and 9th, which is only 2 blocks away from where I work. Ironically, again, heading south of the Great North Road. So I used to live not too far from the Great North Road. The Great North Road, for those that don't know, is Broadway.
Oh.
People think of Broadway as only on Broadway, jazz hands. But it's actually one of the longest roads in the United States. It goes pretty much from Manhattan all the way to Canada.
Mm.
So that's why it's known as the Great North Road, because it's probably one of the only roads that goes that far north-south. Whereas a lot of the highways and things go east-west in the United States because we're more long than we are wide.
Yeah.
So it's just a fascinating thing to hear that, because I literally moved from New York to New Jersey. So to drive to New Jersey, I had to go south of the Great North Road.
South of the Great North Road.
Yeah. So it's just so much weird parallels that came through.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's really eye-opening and shocking to experience all these things that happen at the same time. And these deep lyrics and these haunting sounds and echoes. And Enigma also did that, because I also got married right after I got married at 18. Mm-hmm. So that was 16 it came out, and some of it I picked up on later. And I was like, oh shit, that all came out at 16. It's crazy. So give me a example of a project that you're super proud of, aside from the themes that we just jammed out, that happened coincidentally, you stumbled on, because there's a lot of great music that people stumble on, like Hard Day's Night. They were like, Ringo Starr came in the room, and the studio was like, oh man, it's been a hard day's night. And they were like, what? Oh, he goes, no, I'm sorry, it's been a hard day tonight. And it was basically, he messed up a word, and coincidentally, like, well, that kind of sounds fun, let's make a song out of it. And that's how
it's a hard day's night.
So that's how that came about. So,
but you're asking me a song that we made that happened in that nature?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'm looking through. Huh. They got a lot of songs, but what came about that? We definitely should have done our homework before.
First episode, jitters.
I don't necessarily know something that happened that way,
mm-hmm.
but I wrote this song, and I at that moment I was talking to this girl, and I guess it just had she had strung me along for so long.
Oh, one of those.
That I was that yeah, exactly, and I was letting myself be maneuvered in such ways. So it's as much as it is on me.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember finally getting the text, right? That was like, come over.
Oh,
right.
The one that you wanted.
The one that I wanted.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I did I got your message.
Oh, this is
let me see. I don't have the lyrics there, but I don't have the lyrics saying, but it's, I got your message. You'll never know how long I waited, how long I've been obsessed with you. Oh. I got your message and I'm coming over. No, it's not even playing.
That sounds dope. Yeah, for those of you, there's actually music playing. You'll hear it on the actual podcast.
There it is. I got your message and I'm coming over. Woo.
And the white side comes out when I start dancing.
So the gist is that like the movie of this video, because this was a very visual one, where literally I get the message on my phone. I'm like with my boys, and I'm like, yo, I gotta go.
Bye, y'all.
I get in my car, and then that's the whole thing is me in my car. You see it?
Yeah, I feel it. Right. I love it. Hold up, I'm coming over.
Yeah. Hold. I got you enough. Hold on, I'm coming over playing your song. And I've been praying for the longest time. I've seen your smile in my dreams. I see you written in the stars. Of course, I feel it in my heart. Take off the mask, let it go.
That's dope.
Yeah, where it is, it's
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, I feel it. I mean, a lot of stuff happens dance, and coincidentally, it pops up because of something that really that you've been waiting for. It's finally come to fruition.
Yeah,
love that stuff. Those are some of the best musics too. I mean, I know a lot of it's like I said, death.
Yeah,
and loss.
Release of tension.
A release of tension.
That's what this is.
Yeah, this is about. I'm about to get in there, folks. Gonna release it all. Are you ready for this?
Word. Yeah, and that's what I mean about this music. See, I wasn't even thinking about it in this way. I was just thinking about it through a scenario.
Yeah, it's subconsciously put there in your mind, and it comes out.
But it applies though.
Yeah,
it applies to so many other things.
Yeah, music is an awe-inspiring thing. They say mathematicians can also be great musicians.
They say the two are together a lot.
Yeah, they coincide, and there's no better example of that than Brian May. He is the lead guitarist of Queen.
Oh,
he's also an astrophysicist.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it's amazing when you see that the two actually sync up.
They do.
Yeah, and that's why I have no music talent because I suck at math, but I can do my taxes.
I got my taxes.
I can do my taxes.
I got my tax return.
So it's just one of those things, man. You'd be surprised. You're probably really good at math. Are you really good at math?
Math was my strongest subject.
See, look at that.
I mean, mind you, I was lazy, so I still was getting like 84s. But like when I tried, math was easy.
Man, I was super excited to get that C. I was like, holy shit, I didn't fail.
Yeah, it's like my ex-wife. I was in charge of the finances. Not because she makes money, she handles her own shit, but like I had to.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I had to.
So I'm not, like I said, I'm not terrible, but it wasn't my thing. I just like listening to music.
Yeah.
And I like learning about physics, but I can't. Just sometimes it just goes over my head. But the music, on the other hand, keeps me going. The music is something that lifts you up. Like Wind Beneath My Wings. Bette Midler.
Better what?
Bette Midler. Bette Midler. Wind Beneath My Wings. You ever know that you're my hero?
This list is going to be long.
Yeah, this is going to be a long homework assignment. He's going to be like, oh, this show's canceled.
No, I'm going to have to listen to 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah, we got some time in between. Yeah, we got some time.
For anybody who's here, thank you for putting up with this.
Yeah, this is the first episode ironing out.
We're getting these kinks out, and we know we got to be better.
Mm-hmm.
But we also know that we have a lot of good shit to talk about.
Yeah, it's good. We have a good rapport, and I enjoy spending time talking to you. Yeah. It's like a therapy lesson at the same time. Therapy session, excuse me, at the same time.
So now we're going to take a beer break.
Absolutely. And we shall talk to you in the future. Ad spots. Hey, what are you guys doing? You know what you should be doing? Listen to another podcast called AJ Orsini's Uncensored Mind. AJ Orsini is amazing wrestling broadcaster who brings a lot of spunk with the funk on the mic. That didn't rhyme, but it sounded cool. And I definitely think that you guys should take a minute and listen to AJ Orsini's Uncensored Mind. Go back whenever?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the beauty of your first time doing a podcast. He's like, okay, we did a break and neither one of us had to pee. So it's like, okay, we're back. We're back. This is the second half of the Dis Dungeon episode Uno.
I honestly don't even know where to go. Wait, guide me.
I will guide you. Take my hand. No, okay, you don't take my hand. Well, actually, fuck it. So I know you've experienced a big life-changing moment. You dabbled on them. You said ex-wife. So I got to go there. One of my favorite, going back to Sting, This is the first episode. There won't be so much stinging on all of it, so don't worry, guys. If you hate Sting, fuck you. But anyway, another great Sting album is from the Police, and that's Synchronicity. It was their last album together. One of the songs is "Every Breath You Take." Yeah, that's it. Finally, you got yeah. Go ahead.
but
That's a copyright. So I can't say
but that's my ex-wife's favorite song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That should have been a warning. Holy frig.
Every breath you take.
Yeah. So if sung in the right chord,
every move you make.
It's actually not a love song.
It's not.
And a lot of people played that for their weddings in the 80s into some of the 90s. And I remember watching an interview with Sting, and Sting was like, yes, I was getting a divorce, and I was really pissed. So I followed my wife for a while, my ex-wife for a while.
Sting said that.
Sting said that. He was basically stalking
shit.
a woman, his ex, because, every breath she took, every move she made, he was watching. Freaky!
Bro. Blew my mind.
Yeah. That's why you never play that at a wedding. So like when people came up to him, he's like, I really feel bad for people that come up to me and say, yo, that was my wedding song. He's like, oh, how dreadful.
That's it's so hilarious how one person's pleasure can be another person's pain.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you, like, now that you're experiencing another great muse for music. Oh, that sounds dope. Muse for music. It's gonna be a segment. Muse for music. Anyway, you had this big life change. What kind of music has spawned from this great God amok?
I mean, I guess I'm just gonna read you the titles of my songs.
Oh, great! Yeah, let's hear them.
Blood is Water.
Oh shit.
That's it. No. Well, that's that. So the thing is that not only did I get divorced this year, I also got married this year.
Yeah.
And I also, there's also a whole other life events that happened this year as well. Thank you.
Okay, you're the one singing, so.
Hard pause. So, Blood is Water is a song about my family, actually. Trust again.
Oh, that's going to be a while before you do that.
It's just that.
Yep.
Trust.
Yep.
Again. Adult Swim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that a show?
That was a show, but the song is about, the first line is, come in the pool with me. Come dip your toes and feel. Why don't you come into the pool? So I'm telling this girl who I'm with, come into this pool, and it's like I envision like this abandoned motel.
Oh.
That's not creepy, but it's just like you guys are already having this adventure and find this motel where you guys can get into the water and it's clean.
Yeah. It's dirty ass, but this water is clean.
This water is clean.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. That spawns from love because I still feel love aside from love.
Yeah. It's usually coincides. Love is pain. Did you watch Hellraiser?
Yeah.
I am pain.
Baila Sola.
Baila Sola.
She dances alone.
Oh.
It's about a woman who made me fall in love with her just by dancing.
Wow.
Me being entranced by that.
Yeah.
Mind Drift, aka Friday. That's the other name to this. So it started off as like thinking about like a spooky Friday night, and it turned into just a very dark type of song. Keep on staring at the wall. Fuck to keep you up at night. Shape shifting from the corner of my eye. Shapes taking form under the night. Mind drifts away. Yeah, it's I don't know. It gets spooky sometimes.
Well, I mean, the whole point of this is like when you're experiencing something that's causing a rift, internally and emotionally. A lot of great music. I probably should not taking my inhales up on top of the mic. Anyway, I started out with this poetic intro and then it just went to shit. Anyway, when you're experiencing these huge life-altering events in your life, for me, moving, for you, divorce. For a lot of other people, it's the same. A lot of the great artists have had their best music because of these big changes. So So a lot of great music has been written because of divorce too.
Yeah.
You know, like Every Breath You Take. So that one that you're telling me. And if you listen to the lyrics of Every Breath You Take, it gets darker and darker. So, you know, ironically, you're going into an abandoned motel.
Oh, can't you see?
You belong to me.
You
Think about it. If you just say it
me.
differently. And my cold heart aches.
My cold heart
With
aches.
every breath you take.
Every breath you take.
Such a dark song if you really
Damn.
take out the melodic melodies.
Stay a while.
Okay, get into it.
I mean, exactly. I mean, and it's also kind of like this one I'm working on with an artist, so it's just BS. This one is called Again.
Mm-hmm.
This was like one of the first ones I wrote that was really powerful. That I really was powerful.
Yeah,
is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I mean it's about the first time I met my ex-wife actually, right? And then just kind of like a flashback also into how I feel now. Like the first line is, "Girl, why'd you do this to me?" You know what I mean? So it's just a very like raw, "Girl,
emotional.
why'd you do this to me?" Like it's like, you know, it's emotional.
Yeah.
Unicorn.
Okay.
Unicorn is about I co-wrote it with the artist who's gonna drop the song.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about how you know meeting this girl that he's talking to now, like he's falling head over heels, and she really was this unicorn because he was so closed off. So she was like the magic that happened that had to happen.
For my movie fans, the Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo. But go ahead. Yeah, I'm loving this. It's great.
YSM.
YSM. Okay.
Your Sweet Melody.
Oh.
This was a good banger, guys. I'm sorry. This is also. I mean, it's obviously a lovey-dovey type of song. You know, it's got a really sweet melody, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Loving the sound of your sweet, sweet melody. I would never waste my energy. The gist is that I like you. I'm telling you I like you. This is me, straightforward, no game, no nothing. You know, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to waste my time with these kids.
Yeah.
Deep. Armor.
Armor. So prepare yourself. Yeah.
Armor is about the armor that that I put on, that that we kind of all have on. It's really a conversation between me and myself. Won't you open up? I talked to myself last night. I tried to work it out. Words wrapping around my head. Keep on fucking up. I'm down on myself again. I'm forcing it too much. Way too much. And so it's like the chorus is like that, right? Like I'm beating myself up for this mistake that I've done. And then the verses are me, like it's a juxtaposition, me talking, like the other side of me talking to myself. I'm a force of nature and I know it. It's in my nature like a poet to wrap around the words, and I'm hanging on the verbs. I think I blew it. I think she knew it. Her smile had something to it. So it's a much more confident side of me. And
gotcha.
It's something that I do a lot of my music because I'm like this seesaw sometimes of like this very, wallflower type of person to then like in your face, super outgoing.
Right, yeah.
Or like
just nah, definitely not.
So do you know my man Frankie Goya?
Yeah, I know Frankie Goya.
Okay, so Frankie Goya came into the studio.
Get out of here.
Yeah, word, bro. I got him out of hiatus.
Wow.
She had an egg salad sandwich using no napkins. Oh, she a dirty girl. And when she be snacking, you know that she ratchet, licking and her fingers curl. When she sucking on a Slurpee, I wanna be worthy. She be making the colors swirl. When I'm shucking them oysters, ain't nothing been moister, but damn, she got them pearls.
Yeah.
Don't you run from me, girl. Don't you run from me.
Oh my God.
I was like, yo, that's so creepy, but do it.
That's good. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
he's a word master. He actually, while we've been on this podcast, he called me.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, but
somebody's gonna stop by when we do it.
Yo, it's good, Frankie. I'm on a podcast right now, live, and I was just telling him how you called me because we were having a conversation about you right now, about the song.
What up?
What up?
The multifacets of the Dish Dungeon.
This is it's literally happening in real time.
Yeah, this is great. A lot of fun.
Let's see. YSM. We don't. I'm working on the song called "We Don't Talk No More" with this guy Justin. Justin Escobar official. Check him out.
That sounds
cool.
Yeah.
We don't talk no more. Thinking about you night to day. Hold up. Couple things I didn't get to say. Hit me when that shit plays. So what we were saying here is that like he's basically nostalgic and he's thinking about this, he's thinking about this girl that like things got cut off, things ended bad, they don't talk no more. Was it something I said? What did I do? I don't want to feel like a dub, but you didn't talk to me, let me see, but you always gave off this energy, like, and then he goes into what that energy is talking about how she fucking strung him along. She kind of gave him the runaround.
Yeah, she was like, almost. You almost had it. You almost had. Oh! You gotta be quicker. You gotta be quicker.
Definitely. So we don't talk no more.
Yeah, that makes it. It's great. Great stuff.
We keep going.
Yeah, one more, and then we'll wrap up.
Word. So we got. Oof. This one right here is a banger, bro. I don't need you.
Oh,
that was another one coming right out of the divorce.
Yeah, that sounds like a divorce song.
We don't
need you.
I can feel things changing. Nothing's been the same since. If you paid attention, you would know. Oh, you hear that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
No, the feedback.
Oh, no.
I don't know why there's feedback. Anyways, but it's basically just the chorus is that. All I do is try not to, because I don't need you. I don't need you. Keep the bad vibes away. Keep your mouth shut and be on your way. I don't need you. I don't need you.
Let's fuck off.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty in your face, but I don't. It was nice to let that out.
Yeah,
it was nice to release.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We're wrapping up our first live episode, our first episode of This Dungeon. Joe Dove and Julian from Audios, not Aquios. What? Yeah, I gotta take a picture of Aquios. Click, and then that's gonna be our next meme.
Aquios. No, you send me a text. Aquios?
Aquios, and then
that's right. All right, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care.